giant machine. Surely this seems safe. Hello everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Last time, we managed to get to Noctilum and actually got halfway through it. This time though, we're gonna continue on and go into this pathway because apparently we're not allowed that way because level 30 something enemies. So, let us go. By the way, point this out right now, do not go near those flowers. They're level 30 something enemies. Yep, I'd rather not die today, so let's just go and jump down. Another thing of note, do not go near that machine at all. Trust me on this one. You will die instantaneously if you get too close to it. And it's a tyrant, so be very careful. Believe me, how many times have I tried to stress it out no matter what back when I first played the game? Oh boy, that was a heck of a time. Man, I remember PTSD and just, that was just annoying. Regardless of that, let's actually go where we're supposed to go first. Now, technically speaking, the recommended level is 15, so generally speaking, I try to grind up a little bit of experience while we're over here because it usually helps me a bit as well, but besides that point, it's actually pretty easy. There's a lot of enemies here that are actually decently leveled, and we're actually very close to reaching a next level up for our class up. Pretty good, actually, so let's actually go after one of these guys and just, you know, blow them up. Let's break the head. The head is where the weak point is, and if you break the head, these things actually go down very quickly. Let's go after one of them that's actually easy to go after, because having both of them on me has never been the fun thing for me. I say, yeah, you. I'm gonna go after you. If you get rid of the pinchers, by the way, this thing no longer has the ability to do shots. So, wait for it, and then dodge, slash miss, and then I can do supercharge, and then I can finally, there we go, and then I can do this, and then that, and then break the head, and then I can use flame grenade to do more damage to the pincher, and we're gonna keep doing this rising blade, and do more damage to the pincher again. We finally have access to defensive stance again, and we can actually use our tornado blade again, and that's actually pretty good. Keep this up, and then let's hit Pincher again, and honestly, this is the best I can do. Honestly, pretty good. And we are about to get level 2 on this, so I might as well use this now. There we go. Ooh, it's broken, so I can actually do this. There we go. And then we do this again, and then it's dead. Rank up, Enhanced Stand and Dismantler for Lyn. Really good to have for Lyn because it allows her to outright deal more damage to appendages, which is actually one better skill. I also forgot to get Elma's skill on her. Whoopsie. Several of those skills are actually pretty useful. One of them actually does boost melee damage from behind, so if you're actually using moves that will, well, you know, attack from behind, such as her break art, she'll do more damage outright when it does that. So, yeah, pretty good to have. So, I didn't mean to quit out of there, game. Thanks. Let's go get the other ones. Mighty Muscle will increase our physical attack power, and this will actually do more impendance damage from her melee art. If we increase it a bit, we can actually manage to get to a point where it's pretty much going to just do a lot of damage to a breakable body part, and is actually one of the best things about Lyn's kit. She does have extra skills later. The next one is actually one of the best skills for defensive classes in the game, so very good to have. I believe I did get an art recently. Yes, I did. Lyn has some arts that are actually pretty good. One of them is actually a better defensive art, and the other one is literally just the best defensive art she can possibly get. Although, to be perfectly honest, it depends on the art she wants. Although, I think I'm going to give her Enhanced Stand and get rid of Iron Prison, because Enhanced Stand will boost my auto attack damage and auto attack damages, and she also no longer has to worry about, you know, certain arts that she wants to get in completely access to. There we go. And let's go with the other one because I know I'm going to class up as soon as I hit this thing. So, I'm going to do some fighting here because it's honestly necessary because of the fact that I need this art damage up, and blatantly speaking, this is just one of the worst things about the game because I have to go after this anyway. Alright, there we go. He's now not targeting me. Defensive stance, there we go. Alright, the head's about to bust. And boop, and then wait, and okay, do it again. I missed. That's what happens when you miss, so not fun. Do that, and then super dive, infuriate. Infuriate's been wasted, so unfortunately I can't do more damage, so yeah, kind of sucks. Moving edge, then still resist down. Let me use quick cooldown first. Alright, game, sure. Do it again. Double. Pincher. The pincher of your fall is about to happen now, you stupid Warfox. And everything's now broken except for the head, which is arguably one of the worst things. There we go. Combat Presence is actually a very good skill for yourself, so let's go ahead and get this skill and check it out, shall we? So, yeah, we've gotten a lot of experience and skill points, so pretty good. Extends taunt effects, so if you have a taunt, you pretty much can increase the effect of it, and it's actually one of the better things about it. And I can make Mighty Muscle 30%, which actually is really damn good. We have a lot of skills and equipment now, so let's go and check and see if we can upgrade anything. Nothing really, unfortunately. The headset's still the best thing I've gotten to experience boost, and stagger resist is actually one of the best things for me, so yeah, kind of good, but I just need to get more things because I'm kind of locked out until I get level 12 gear. There are level 12 gear around the area, but I can't find any. There is actually something back here that you want to go after and grab. I'll cut ahead to get past the enemies because they're going to waste my time, and I really don't think anyone wants to see me fight normal of these enemies again and again and again repeatedly. It's never been fun. Also, he's walking right up the wall. Good job. I don't know what you were thinking. Rank up for Loud and he got Spiral Horn.
I really miss you.
Ooh, Advanced Combat Torse. Very good, but it's still nothing that advanced. It's pretty good, honestly speaking, though, for beam resist characters. I wanted to get past that enemy because I know fully well if I try to engage that way, I will get attacked. And, okay, I'm getting attacked again. So, might as well go for this guy.
I'm gonna
do it again.
You won't be stagger them with a melee attack.
Let's see you wobble. Look at that!
It almost says stagger with a melee attack. It will automatically do a topple, so, or rather break. So that's actually really good to get off. There we go. Got rid of all the enemies that were in my way. Thank goodness. There was a cave over here I wanted to go after and grab because it was going to be annoying if I didn't do that. Spiral Horn is basically a frontal art that basically does damage. It doesn't really do much. Honestly, Lao's Kid's kind of bad early on, but you can get better later. Way over there, 200 experience and a lot of credits. That's actually one of the best things I gotta get from this item, is you wanted to go after this entirely, because that is just one of the best things you can grab right now. Now, plainly speaking, I'm still gonna avoid enemy fights unless I have to, and believe me, I'm close to level up, and I'm gonna get class upgrades soon. So, there are a lot of fights coming up that are soon near me, but I'll still say outright, Noctilum is probably the area that I have the least fun in the beginning because you don't have access to your better gear and equipment yet. Trust me, you'll come here later and you're going to have to get very, very strong very quickly. A lot of enemies are still higher level than you, then you can pretty much deal with them. Rain actually has a lot of enemies appear at higher levels, so try to go after them in Rain. Ironically enough, it's actually pretty easy. Finally, level 14 and rank up as well, so really good to have. Finally, I needed that level up because honestly, that was annoying me to no end. That's another level 18 gear I cannot equip. Thanks, game. This Warren Survival specs is, by the way, level 22, so yeah, I can't even equip it if I wanted to. I just wanted to clip that battle up because I was very close to level up, and I really just wanted that level up fast. So, ironically enough, we're actually close to enough class experience to, well, you know, get access to a new ability, and honestly speaking, we're gonna get a new class soon. Ironically enough, there's 2 separate paths I can go to, but generally speaking, I try to complete the top class because it's easy to complete, and it's probably the best one you want to complete first. Out of all the classes in the game, this is the one you want to complete the fastest, and the one you want the most. Believe me, there are no other classes in the game that are better, also Sapphire Table. This is a Hermit Tuska, so they generally have big bodies and have, well, a lot of HP. They're sound-based enemies. So let's go ahead and shoot it and dominate because that's actually where its weak point is located. If you do this and it's going to do body press, it has a flinch arc. So if you do power dive, you can avoid the attack instantaneously. So really good to have. Force Topple, and then we keep the damage going. As you can see, despite having a lot of HP though, that's their biggest flaw because their defense is not exactly as high as it may appear to be. Infuriate. Let's do that again, and then hit the back again. Honestly, you don't want to hit the back because the amount of break damage you get from that is tiny in comparison to hitting other appendages. Honestly, the antennas are still our spot. Yeah, they can launch you, and it's never fun. Honestly, being launched is the worst because you basically don't have the ability to move, and it sucks. Lao got a level up and a class level up. Really good. So what did we get from that one? It's just more Taliska items. Honestly, there are a lot of Taliskas as well. Now, One thing with the Tisclos that drives anyone insane is the fact that they hide underground more commonly, because as you see, I can approach certain areas and the Tisclos will actually be engaging in battle. You gotta be careful.
Get a load of
So
this.
try not to go and approach them too closely. They act the same as they usually do, such as the effects of viewing it against those flower enemies that we've seen before. Monoflies generally do the same thing, so try to avoid them as much as possible because they do waste your time in battles, and it's actually one of the most annoying things. And wow, that suit actually just died instantly. Lynn leveled up as well, so really good for me. But besides that point, I would say outright that there are a lot of areas going to come back to later, like this one, for example. This leads to a cave that you've been to before, and ironically enough, this cave is actually quite important for later. This is actually near that one cave I was talking about earlier. You can take this cave and use it as a shortcut. So I actually would recommend going this way instead before, because that way you avoid dealing with the nuisances of those enemies before, and you don't have to be swimming down to the bottom. Although I'll be blatantly honest, it's not fun to go either way. And hey, couple, thank you. So yeah, these spring Notifies have a lot of arts that generally do programming effects. It's not exactly that threatening, and they have a lot of Celia's seals. If you're trying to get past sound-based enemies though, walking is still the best strategy involved, honestly. I can't say much about the effects these enemies because are kind of annoying enemies. If you break the head, they actually lose their effects very quickly. So yeah, there's a hey. Sometimes when they're doing their jam attack, they can't be toppled, which is weird. There we go. Expert Shift Striker is now available, and I can actually level up entirely. Now then, with this new expert class in hand, I can actually get a new class skill. So, ironically enough, these guys actually drop a good amount of class experience. Now, the next two classes I have available to me are Samurai Gunner and Shield Trooper. Shield Trooper, we've already seen the Lynn's class. Basically, it's a lot of defense arts and a lot of dang arts as well. You can see how many arts you can learn outright. However, you cannot learn any guaranteed normal arts, unique arts that everyone else learns. However, you can actually go back to Samurai Gunner and continue going forward. If you do this, you can actually allow yourself to, well, get better skills. And you also gain 2 arts automatically. Finally, a TP offensive art is Burst Grenade. So, I actually would recommend going to Samurai Gunner immediately. So, with Samurai Gunner in hand, we can actually, you know, get better arts. Now, ironically enough, it does equip all the other arts that you have equipped to yourself. Now, I recommend, outright speaking, having Mighty Muscle and Dismantler first. Both these arts are incredibly useful, as well as the fact that you do more damage with melee arts, and you're going to be doing mostly melee damage. Now, the arts the game forcibly equips to you has never been the easiest choice. Ironically enough, I recommend Offensive Stance, because Offensive Stance is the most offensive art in the game. And generally speaking, you're better off having this. However, it did get rid of your Tornado Blade, so it's going to be annoying. Now, there is a way to get Tornado Blade all the way over to Rising Blade, so there you go. Now, with the TP art, we actually have access to Burst Grenade, which is better than Flame Grenade in terms of damage, and just has TP scaling instead. The only downside, I'd say, outright of this art is the fact that it's a vicinity enemy art instead of a single target. So you can equip both if you want to. It's pretty much whatever you want. There is an art later in the game that you want to grab for Samurai Gunner 2. So I would recommend getting this art outright because of it. However, we still have to wait a little bit before we actually have access to it. Now, let's go and get this done because we're actually very close to getting more class experience, and I want to get all the items in this cave first. So in this cave, there is actually some drop points, including one of these dang skull packages, which actually give up an amount of stuff. So grab it, this treasure, experience, credits, and a probe 4. Now, probe level higher level probes are actually one of the best things you can grab in this area, so I recommend coming here just to get the probes, because if you get your probes best as it's going, you can actually get a lot more experience this way. However, it's not easy. As you painfully can see, there's a lot of these new enemies, such as these Medlights, which are, well, they're commonly enemies that basically look like rabbits. We've seen them before. Not exactly that bad. There is a Tyrant around this cave as well, so we might as well go after it right now while we can. The Tyrant's actually around here. Now, normally, I wouldn't recommend going this way. Now, let's try to get rid of the tail, because having a tail there is a lot unforgiving, so let's just do this.
Let's wake them up.
Alright, there we go. Offensive stance. Yellow gas is annoying, and everything's gonna attack me anyway, so I might as well do this. and broke, topple again, and then do this again, and then rinse and repeat, and then do EDR push made, and then do this again, and then keep going. Lyn has all the aggro, thankfully, so I don't have to worry about it right now. Alright, there you go. Dodge, and then I can actually go and do this. Okay, I'm attacking the body for whatever reason, game. Thanks. I don't want to go for the body, but apparently the game thinks I want to go for the body. Got it. I'm dead. Yep. Never mind. You start all the way back here for whatever reason. I am not kidding, by the way. At least there's an easy way to get back there at least, but come on. You go all the way back to the stupid spiral tree for no reason other than the game's poor game programming. At least I know where I'm going because I can just go back through this cave again and just get back there. Ironically enough, this does show off that fact that I can just go through this cave again and again and again. However, this is still very bothersome, so I don't care. Let's just get over to where we need to be and just get out of this stupid area. Honestly, this is pissing me off more than not. I should have just gone for the regular enemies because that way I can get rid of the Tyrant quickly because the Tyrant is obnoxious and I really just want to get rid of the Tyrant. There are a lot of blitzes here, so I'm going to cut this battle out, so be right back because it's annoying. Unfortunately, you die, you basically lose all your dang TP and it's the worst thing about it.
Assault hammer. Look at that. Follow up with melee attack. Breaker.
So Lyn, what do you say?
Advanced Soldier Assault Rifle 2 is actually very good with same magazine capacity. It's actually better than my normal gun. I need a bigger gun. Let's shoot this one as well, and force it to the ground, infuriates, break the wing, and there we go, and then you plant grenades, and boop. There you go, there we go. Things that died, thank you. Free experience, yes, but I really wish I didn't have to fight those stupid enemies. Anyway, you may notice that it's not there anymore. Yeah, sometimes the Tyrant spawns in with all the enemies as well. So keep an eye out where you're going so that way you can not run into it. Thankfully though, because of this, I can actually get away with just, you know, jumping down here all the way and then landing near the vehicle wreckage so I can actually, you know, get the item. If you do this though, they do spawn in eventually, so try to be careful. The Tyrant's now there, so I can't really walk across it. I actually have to go after all the other ones first. So instead, I'm gonna force everyone else to... I can't do it here. Okay, this might be very awkward for me because I don't like doing this because I can't go after the Tyrant because I know I'm underleveled. And it's not good because I need access to one particular ability before I try to go after the Tyrant. You can actually slip past it entirely if you manage to time the jumps right. However, timing jumps right in this game has never been the easiest thing for me. Let's try doing that, and then let's... No. I want to go on top of the rock. Thank you. I know I can get on this rock. I know I can. I know I can. Squidward. Okay. Let's try this again. We're just going to be going, I believe... You know what? Actually, better idea. I'm going to jump on this car that I just picked up, and then I'm going to jump over on this corner. No. Okay, great. I'm going to actually have to fight these things, and I have to be careful because everyone was targeting everything else but the enemy. Please aim for the stupid tail for once in your life.
Ready to get wrecked?
Only one of us is going down.
All right, I got to focus on the party. You, shoot, please.
Let's wake them up with some
All right.
fun fun.
No. No, stupid game. Thank you. Stupid game. You have a nasty habit of doing stupid things. Thank you. Now we're targeting only one of them at a time. Thank goodness. I really did not need that. All right. That's so annoying, but I need to get rid of this tail now before I have to worry about this enemy. Okay, it's doing that. Annoying dash attack. This thing is known for it. Once you get rid of the tail, it loses that attack entirely, so really good to get rid of the tail. Offensive stance. All right, broke again. All right, no. You're not doing that again. All right, there we go. We are attacking the ears now. If we get rid of the ears, it's down. Sound-based enemy will go down quickly. Do this again. Now it's basically broken entirely. However, the butt attack still exists. Not exactly my most favorite thing in the world. Okay, let's do this again.
Look at that!
Alright, we're doing a lot of damage. Chaos Wing, let's force the aggro onto me again, and then I can finish this stupid timer off. No, you don't. Let's just go this out of the way, and then Flame Grenade your face. Oh my goodness, that was annoying. Finally! Ironically enough, I forgot to mention this, but sometimes you can get characters other equipment because if you have the character as a main part slot or main character slot as a lead, then you can actually drop their equipment. So this is kind of good. So I actually got some new equipment from Elma, which ironically enough is one of the best things she's had for a while. It actually means I really go higher in melee accuracy, but the damage output does decrease as a result. TP gain rate though, it's pretty much one of the better items. So we can actually get ourselves some more damage output. We can actually increase our own range attack by just equipping the other thing entirely. But I recommend getting equipment of a Humanoid Slayer for now. There's a reason for this later, but right now, though, I just want to get that unequipped. Now, let us go where we're supposed to go, but we're going to have to first deal with these guys, so I'll kind of head back to where we were at before, so be right back, because it's going to be taking some time. Finally, I escaped that blasted dumb cave. Now, yep, this is one of these days. I can't avoid them at least, so there's that. However, as you see, the guy is hiding. Can't exactly avoid that one, how can I? I can try to slip past everything I can, however, this is going to still be annoying for me. I'm trying to get at least close enough to where we can actually stop for the day, but it's not fun.
Let's get this started.
Let's see what you've got.
Let's go ahead and hit this Humility soon now, shall we? And let's go after this, and then spit. The main technique I like doing is being in the center and then hitting everything at once with Tornado Blade. It's pretty much the main strategy I go involved with this class, and honestly, it fills up TP like a rapid fire. So let's go ahead and do that out of the way. And boop, and there we go. Unfortunately, how the game works with this art, it's not going to allow me to do, you know, an art that basically lets me target a body part unless I force it. The game will not basically do it for me, and it's generally one of the worst things about it. Ooh, a Titanium Slayer, which is, ironically enough, an even better weapon. It has an HP recovery for arts and an insectoid critical hits. Although, I wish I could make a comparison, but I can't exactly make a comparison right now, so let's take the items. Let's go check out that item, shall we, and see how it compares to my Titanium Sword. It hits harder, kind of. You can actually check to see a comparison if you want to do ZR as well. The only thing it doesn't have access to is the fact that it has less cooldown, but in exchange for that less cooldown, it does less damage and less TP gain. I think I'm going to at least do it because HP recovery is decently helpful for me. Slayer is a different looking weapon, so actually pretty interesting to use. I won't say it's like the best weapon out there in the world. There are still better. You see level 40-something enemies around the area? Those big flowers, by the way, at nighttime are dangerous. If you change the daytime, I think they change outright. No, they don't. And these enemies are the same painful enemies that you've seen before. Let's go near one of them and just trigger one of them. We don't want to trigger all of them at once. So let's go after this one first.
I think they'll let us walk away.
If you walk up to them, the game's less likely to force you into a stun animation. So really good to get rid of that. So let's just hit him the ground a lot and then pop him. There we go. And then use Flame Grenade to do more damage, and then use Burst Grenade to obliterate him. Rank up Decoy Round, and that's actually what I wanted.
You trying to give our position away?
TQZ Master is actually another good item as well, so let's go as well. So that's actually a good idea for me, and that's a lot of good items here. Wow. Bring attack boost and range accuracy up. A lot of them are good weapons, but I don't really need them all that much. If you want to make other characters have different equipment, you can. However, let's go check that Decoy Round now, shall we? Decoy Round basically is a replacement for Infuriate. It also does talent, including, if you have Morale, increased TP. You want to use this art immediately, because if you have it, you can actually do TP and gain more aggro, but in exchange, it just generally has more TP.
I don't think they'll let us walk away.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, I know you exist. I don't like it that you exist, so let's just smack you. First grenade. Okay. I really don't like the fact that I have to do that every single time I need to do this, so... Tornado Blade again. There we go. Mobile Slayer. That's actually really good. Although, I really wish the game would stop being Janet Holland and everything seconds because it's annoying.
Forte, but if you
Tries to do that, hit the head again, and I believe it's going to taunt me as well. Lock on, please. I still have not been locked on yet. Thank you. Now you're about to die in about 2 seconds because now you're basically aggro. So there's that. I dodge it. I still Let's do flint grenade and blow it up at least. There we go. Now the other one's about to attack me, but it's fine. I don't really worry about it too much. Having decoy around at all, no matter what, is just one of the best things about my kit. And I usually use this equipment kit because it just does a lot more damage. As you see, rank up Ghost Factory. Finally, Elma got her main talent that she likes the most. Let's go and equip Ghost Factory on because Ghost Factory is a recommended art for Elma outright. Ghost Factory does what it says before. It does a decoy and grants total evasion while using it. I recommend having this art automatically on Elma no matter what. So let's get rid of Killing Machine because while useful in theory, in practice, it doesn't generally help me all that much, honestly speaking. I generally prefer having Killing Machine less than having the Ghost Walker. There is another art that she gets later in the game, and 100 Shells is pretty much her big damaging art. So with that done, let's go and get this pod placement place. There we go. Got this out of the way. We got a lot of probes around the area. We still need to get one more, but we can't actually hit the 3. So let's see what we can get from the mining materials. Nothing really yet, but I can wait on that. Now, there is something climbing up the area, but we can't go up there yet, so let's ignore it for now. There is no entrance to a cave around here. I know fully well there usually is, but despite what you may think there's a cave there, I can't risk it because level 40-something enemies are blocking it, and it will kill me if I go close to that. Level 22 alpacas will actually one-shot you if you get too close, so ironically enough, there's a lot of enemies over here that you want to go after first. However, I'm still cutting out battles, so let's go and get past this, shall we? If I get caught into a battle, I'll just cut it out. Humdrum Peaks is where you need to be at in order to get to closer points to get there. Let's actually go around this way because there's actually a trailer over here that actually has some decent experience, decent month credits, so they're pretty good. We still need to use our Marinium, but I'm going to rather save the Marinium for now. I usually put more storage probes around, but I don't have enough storage probes to do it. Or rather, better links, because once I have a link, I will actually use a storage probe more often. Because of that, I usually get stuck at 9,000, and we can actually just get back to the main area of New LA to use this. However, I can't show it off yet. As soon as we get to New LA, I'll show it off. So instead of that, let's actually just jump up here. And then let's just go all the way over here. There's an enemy that's going to be basically blocking our way. And let's actually avoid it. If I can actually avoid it. There we go. Unfortunately, there is an enemy in the way, and this actually is a tyrant. So let's actually first go on to Intel and click Pia first. Because I think we've gotten enough to where we can actually, you know, get another one of those lines filled. Do I have one? No. You can still fill up the area. It doesn't matter. If you get lucky ones, though, you can actually get 2 of these. So I recommend at least getting the lucky panels done. So that way you can actually, you know, get some more battle points. It helps you a lot more in the future, especially in this game, because you need it. Plus, it actually allows you to keep whatever you need safely and not to worry about it too much. I usually don't do this, but I generally prefer doing this just because there's so many dang registered items that I don't see a point in holding on to them for too long because of this reason. Also, I got a lot of dang amounts now, so really good. In total, I've gotten at least 14 in total right now, so pretty good. Let's go to inventory, and then let's go to, not inventory. I don't need to go to inventory right now. I need to go to arts again. And now I've upgraded my ability of power points, I can actually go after decoy round again and increase the amount of TP I get from decoy round. Bring it to 200. So, this enemy, of course, like I said before, has a lot, it's a tyrant. So, walk towards it. You run towards it or speed walk towards it, it will flinch. Never mind, it makes you flinch no matter what I do. We got tyrants basically auto flinch no matter what they do. I missed it. I overextended the amount of movements I had on my arts. Dang it. Offensive stance, and then let's use Nail Blade. And then let's do another topple, and then force it to the ground, and then use Burst Grenade to do boost damage to this. Very good. And now we do Rising Blade to hit the head more. We need to break the head first, so we're actually pretty good. Running the Transcendent is actually ironically very easy to first encounter, so pretty good. Although it doesn't have exactly as much flinch as the other round does. And Elma is not exactly benefiting this. I better use this to get a healing for Elma first. So the appendage first, antenna will break quickly. You want to break the antenna first, so let's go after this quickly. I still don't have enough for another Tornado Blade, so yeah, I can't really do much about it. You can still use Tornado Blade regardless, but whatever. Yeah, this is pretty long as a fight. Ooh. There we go. Very easy. Dodging the attack is pretty much one of the main things I need to do today. Offensive stance. And then I still have to wait for it. He's now aggroing to him, her, Lynn. Stop it. Break the antenna already. Thank you. Sheesh. How much antenna damage do you need? First grenade. Third grenade. There we go. Advanced combat footwear. Really good drop. It has reduced resistor, which means the resistance that they have will go down. And this is actually reduced topples, having resistant topple. Yeah, I'm just tripping on my words because I'm annoyed how I nearly died that fight. So, yeah. Putting a tyrant will usually get you the most experience you can get in the game, so really good. Although, I generally don't like going this way because there is a tyrant around the area, and we're getting near Tripod Rock, and it's pretty annoying. There's a tyrant here that's level 33 that will one-shot you if you get too close to it, and the other enemies are sight-based. There are other enemies around the area, but there is something underneath. I might as well grab it because I can. Okay, right under it, actually. Skull Wreckage. More survey rate, mining probe, and I got some experience. Really good to have. We're getting closer and closer to being done with this. Let's just try to slip past and go back to where we need to be because going up there that way is a lot safer than staying down this route. I'll be frankly honest with all of you because I've been in this route before. It's not fun. Nope. I'm just gonna run. I refuse to deal with this thing. You can actually run and avoid fights if you have to, and it's not exactly hard to do so, but it's annoying to deal with these things. If you manage to get far enough away, they usually stop aggressively attacking you. Believe me, they usually are very slow. Will you please lose interest in me now? I'm way too far for you to bother. Before you ask how long's the range, looks like it finally decided to leave me alone. Thank goodness. There is actually some more over here, and I could actually go after them for experience. I'm very close to leveling up again, and you want to be at least 15 before you do that, so I'll cut ahead and get rid of these enemies. So, be right back. Oh, great. Fog. Fog weather decreases your accuracy no matter what, so I'm gonna just change the time to night. From nighttime to daytime, because it sucks being at night. There we go. Very, very, very easy. I hate the fog. And now it's raining again. Great. Go after the head of this stupid chicken. Offensive stance. Mirror, Spirit Jam, we're down the Goblin's Narrow. Yeah, I just want to deal with the fighting, and as you see, I am pretty fine. Hammer and then Flame Grenade. Boom. Okay, so die soon. There we go. Really good, and we're about to level up again, so yeah, it's pretty good. We're actually near the end of this. Let's go and, well, actually, I prefer not having rain in this cutscene, so let's just change the time again. Hello, game. I don't like rain. Thank you. Let's go in there. There's a tyrant later on in the future, but we're just going to be walking our merry way to where we need to go next.
Friends, hold up! Something coming ahead!
You know what? I'm gonna use Lynn as a shield.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
Another Xeno.
Whatever it is, at least it's not a prone.
Perish the thought, good sirs. Perish and kill the thought. We would never associate with those savages.
Who are you?
Ah, yes, 1,000 pardons. We are called El Sirup, or just El, if it please you. Like the proud Nopon among you, we have inhabited this planet since times of antiquity.
A friend knows about Nopon people?
Yes, yes, of course. Nopon purchase my wares quite often, you know. They're excellent, how should I say, suckers?
I think you mean customers.
So, Mr. L, you've lived here a long time?
Just El, and yes, such a nice, quiet world. The wildlife and insects are also docile, such gentle dispositions.
I agree, the wildlife is completely peaceful.
Are you kidding me? They attack us all the time.
Well, the creatures here are hungry, yes, granted.
Gentle disposition my butt.
It's just,
What?
well, who can blame them with all the commotion here as of late? Not that we're pointing our fingers at you, mind. No, it's those prone sons of bastards.
Yeah, we're not their biggest fans either.
We loathe them. They have ruined our once peaceful life here. Ruined! They are all, how should we say, ass caves.
Close enough. By the way, Elle, you seem to speak our language quite fluently.
Well, yeah, most of the time.
We owe it all to that wreckage back there. What a treasure trove. Especially the data terminal we found inside. It is the ultimate portable snack for satisfying our insatiable curiosity.
Wreckage back there? You think that's our piece of the life hold?
Certainly sounds like it. Elle, can we take a look at this terminal you found?
Of course, of course.
Thanks. Lynn, see what you can make of it.
On it. Okay, yep. This is library data.
Let me see. Huh, so it is. The unit Elle stumbled upon must be part of the Lifehold's archives.
So, not the core then.
The entire ship was torn to bits when we came down. The odds of any single piece of Lifehold being the core aren't very high.
Yeah, I guess not.
Now, Lynn, don't be glum. The Lifehold archives are the sum total of all human knowledge. This is still a really big find. We should try and secure it ASAP.
Yeah, you're right.
Now might not be a good time.
Why not?
Why else? The ass caves. We just came from there, and prone are all over the wreckage.
What?
Uh-oh. This is bad.
Very bad. Let's go.
Apologies we didn't mention it before. We assumed you'd abandoned it. Allow us to show you the way. After all, as you say, too many heads are better than none, right?
Close enough.
Ill's a pretty fun character. Honestly, he's probably one of my more fan favorite characters in the game, but beside the point, FN Site 219, and we're right here. Let's go and install this data probe first, and then I believe we should stop here for today, because we are very close to the Lifehold core, and normally I would go there, but I'd rather not go to Lifehold right now, because Lifehold is very, 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 very necessary. Plus, it's going to be a long cutscenes later, so I'd rather not. So, next time on Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, we will be going to the piece of the Lifehold, the library, in order to try to get it before the prone destroy it. See you all next time.
Hey! Down in front! I can't see!
Indeed. Yes, friends Lucky Tatsu here to protect them from becoming main course.
Yeah, because we can toss you out as an appetizer and run away while they're snacking.
Well, the creatures here are hungry, yes, granted.
Gentle disposition my butt.